This is a presentation that describes how to onboard a customer. What you're looking at here on the screen is the agent dashboard with a menu down the left, and we happen to have selected the onboard function. And that, of course, shows the onboard form here on the right side. So the scenario is this. Let's imagine that you're a home builder or a home builder's representative. This is what we refer to as an agent. And you're responsible for bringing a new customer or home buyer onto the platform. And for the purposes of this tutorial, we'll assume the fictional customer's name is Kwame Jackson, and he lives in the United States. Furthermore, the fictional name of the home builder will be Demo Corporation or Demo Corp. So let's begin. So the first decision we have to make is what type of contract this customer will likely want. So you can go to the screen here, this drop down. Now it isn't crucial that you be 100% right because the contract type can of course be changed at any time. So you really just have to make your best guess at this stage. So you'll see that there are multiple options here, and I'll just quickly describe them. The first one you'll see is simply cash, which of course is used when someone's not financing the home, but rather just is going to be paying in cash, perhaps over a period of time. The second one here is called EDPP, which stands for Extended Down Payment Plan. And I won't go into details here, but it's basically essentially a contract which can be used when a customer wants to accumulate his or her down payment over an extended period of time, which might be a year or 2 years. The third is IPA down payment, which is what we're going to choose for Kwame Jackson. And then finally, you'll see two others here, IPA, which stands for Installment Purchase Agreement, and Option. And I'm not going to go into either of those in too much detail here. But for Kwame, we select IPA down payment. And then the next thing we need to figure out is what is the contract number. It's typically a 4 or 5 digit contract number that we want to assign to this particular customer contract. And of course, a customer can have multiple contracts. And so this number could either be manually entered in or it could be automatically generated by the COLA platform. And that's a choice that the customer, meaning the COLA customer, the home builder, can make. In our case, for example purposes or demo purposes, we'll say that it's 2870. And then the next option that you need to decide on is this a brand new customer that's never been onboarded into the platform before, or are we assigning contract 2870 to an existing customer that's already in the system? In our case, Kwame is brand new, so we'll select new. And then you'll notice up here in the right-hand corner is a checkbox labeled Add to Existing Contract. And this could be checked, if, for example, you want to onboard a new customer to the platform and attach him or her to an existing contract. So a scenario where you might want to do this is if you're bringing the spouse of an existing customer onto the platform. That's, of course, not our situation, so we'll just leave it unchecked. Next, we go down to the new customer details section, and this is where, as you can imagine, we type in basic information about the customer, first name and last name, Kwame Jackson, and then I've already got this queued up, but this is Kwame's email, so kwamejackson18@gmail.com, and then I have to select what country Kwame is in. There are many options, but let's say United States. You could certainly enter a phone number in if you want, but it's not required, so we'll leave it empty. And then finally, you have to decide, do you want Kwame to see English or French? We'll assume Kwame is English speaking, so he wants to go with English. And then that leaves us with the final area here called initial deposit. And this is where you as a home builder can request what we would refer to commonly as an earnest money deposit from the customer. And this is a type of deposit that's very common in real estate, and it's really used as a way for the customer to signal to the home builder that he or she is really serious about buying. In other words, if they're willing to make this first earnest money deposit, then they're signaling, hey, I'm really serious about buying a home from you. And so obviously that motivates the home builder to spend more time with that prospect. And what you'll see here are the default parameters. So it's defaults to $1,000 and This is the default due date, which I believe is set to 15 days. This is completely configurable, so the home builder can configure these default values. And then finally, there's this checkbox, which is on by default, which has got a tooltip next to it, which says, if selected, an invoice will be will be emailed immediately once initialize button is pressed in draft contracts. And we'll learn what that means in a future video. But at this point, we've done everything that we need to do in terms of preparing to onboard Kwame Jackson. So let's hit continue. And there you'll see Kwame Jackson is now in the system. So thanks for watching, and please watch the next instructional video to learn even more.